guess parting thoughts as the season is coming to a close.
Well, I hate to say it was fun, but it was fun seeing these young guys. It was fun to finish up knowing what we have to look forward to next year, because quite frankly, I was very impressed. This is by far the best group of young players to come up here at the end of the year, and we've seen that the last 3 or 4 years.
I was going to say, that's saying something.
Yeah, I've been very, very impressed, and if you throw Phipps into that mix, because he was a late arrival up here, and then you think about the guys that are, they've got 36 players in the big leagues right now. They can only keep 25 next year, so there's a lot of guys that are going to be back here next year. I'm excited. I'm actually already looking forward to next year.
What about just summarizing the season in general? What are some of the things you think went well, some of the things maybe not so well?
Well, I think that one of the biggest things, the word I really started using at the end was to finish. We did not finish well, whether it be at bats, games. We led the league in blown saves. We let a lot of balls get away. We had one of those years where we played to our competition. When we played the best competition, we played very good. And when we played the teams with the lesser records, we didn't play so well. And I think there were a lot of various reasons for that. We just couldn't get it together on a consistent basis, but a lot of that had to do with our Major League club. I mean, the problems they went through up there just created more problems for us down here. We were able to, I think, take care of their problems, but we never could quite rectify our problems.
Was it different this year in that respect? It seems like in a number of recent years you have had a lot of turnover and guys going up and down, and yet have been able to overcome that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, you're right, we had guys going up and down, but we didn't have as many guys coming down. We got stale here for a while. The pitching was inconsistent. That was the biggest thing. I mean, we had guys coming and going. Guys that came back really, really struggled. The biggest thing that probably the difference this year, guys came back, they really struggled. And in years past, they would go up, but I think a lot of that reason was in years past, veteran guys went up. Well, when they came back, they knew what was going on. The young guys went up this year. They came back, they didn't know how to come back. They kind of lost their edge and their focus, and it would take us a while to get them back on track. And we lost a lot of ball games just because of that.
What about the blown saves? I mean, was there any particular reason for that?
Yeah, it goes back. I don't think you've ever heard anybody in baseball think that you can use a closer by committee. It just doesn't work. And for various reasons, that's what we did. And it just doesn't work. I mean, we had different people trying to do it at different times, and it led to inconsistencies, especially with not having that one guy.
Was that because of you guys didn't have that one guy, or was that because the Reds wanted to see guys in various different roles?
It's what the Reds wanted to see. I mean, but the reason the Reds wanted to see it is we didn't have that one guy. We've had John Atkins, and we've had guys that were veteran guys that could handle that role. We didn't have that veteran guy this year. We had a lot of young guys, and really the only guy that really has the stuff to maybe be that closer is Boxberger, and we just made that decision here close to the end of the year. Even when he came up, he pitched in the middle and occasionally would close. So, that's really a lesson for me. I'll remember that because it's really the first time in my career I've had to do that, and it didn't work out too well, and I've never heard of it working out very well. I think the Reds had the nasty boys at one time, but they still had three guys.
Yeah.
They had a three-headed monster. Well, we didn't have that, and we didn't think we had that. We just tried to mix and match.
You mentioned next year. Are you expecting to be back here?
Yes.
Are you looking
Very
forward
simple.
to that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love it here. I mean, obviously I'd like to get a big league job, but Dusty and all the coaches up there have another year, and I like it here. I like it in Louisville. You guys all know how I feel about it. I would like a chance at the major leagues. If that comes about, then I won't be here. But if that doesn't work out, I'll definitely be back here.
When do you expect to hear from the Reds on that situation?
I know that. I will be back.
You will.
Yeah.
That's already been decisions.
Yes.
Already.
Is it always a 1-year deal, Rick?
I've been in the game 35, 36 years, and I've had 33, 34 one-year contracts. The last 2 years I've had two 2-year contracts with the Reds. It's been very nice. I love being here, and they know it. So.
Who of the young kids, who really impressed? Obviously, Box.
Well, Boxberger's outstanding. Phipps, obviously. Soto. I mean, I really can't name one or two because they all have been very impressive. You know, Webb only saw one inning. Very impressed with him. Tanner, a new guy that we just saw. Very impressed with him. I mean, the list just goes on and on. I really, you know, this is the first time that I've really just said, wow, these guys were ready to play. They came here. They knew what they were trying to do. You know, they're prepared to be at this level, and that's a nice thing.
Did it mean something today to be able to say they had another winning season?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was nice because they always say 500 or above, but you know, yeah, it was nice to get this win and be above 500 again, and you know, look forward to getting ready for next year to do the same thing.
What kind of a team do you expect to have next year?
Well, I expect to have a lot of good young quality players. I mean, quite frankly, we finished with very young players, and for the most part, even our veteran guys this year were young players in the game of baseball. I mean, we had Corky. I mean, that's the only guy that you would say is an older veteran type guy. We had young guys all year. I expect to have the same thing next year. That's just a tribute to the Reds with all the quality young players we have.
What's Cork's plans? Do you know?
I think Corky plans on you know, hopes to be back here next year or be with the Reds next year. When he's done as a or as a player, he'll get into managing. I think he told me once if he stayed here long enough, maybe I'd get the heck out of here and have my job.
Grandel, talk about him. Had you seen him much in spring training before, and what he brings to the table?
I saw him this year in spring training, and I liked what I saw. He's raw, but he's improved a lot. Mike, thank you. Call me, okay?
I will. Thanks.
All right. He's really been impressive coming up here. He's developed a lot this year, and I like what I see.
Overall, game has to be better. His catching, his hitting.
Everything. He's just experience is gonna help him. But I really like the things I saw.
What were some of them that you liked?
Well, the fact that the umpires really liked working with him, that he gave a good target, received the ball well. He didn't get a chance to throw a lot, but he threw well. Overall, for the most part, I thought he called pretty good ball games and handled game situations. You know, it's not easy to come in here with pitchers that you really don't know, which most of them were, and you know, have success at this level.